My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to This Song Is Yours, a music podcast where we chat to a new guest each week, talk about their life and creative endeavours, and talk to them about some of the music they love. Our show works by chatting to our guests about music, but also getting them to make you a playlist of the songs they love. You can find a link to our playlist in the show notes. Welcome to episode 33. I'm your host, Simon Fink. Our guest today is Boy Destroy. The Swedish musician blends genres like modern emo and trap and is releasing his debut EP today, entitled Warpaint. In today's episode, we talk about the making of the EP, struggles with addiction, and the power of Jeff Buckley. Here we go. Our guest today is an up-and-coming artist who mixes 90s alternative music, Jeff Buckley and Joni Mitchell, alongside genres like trap and modern emo. His debut EP, Warpaint, is out worldwide today. Please welcome to This Song Is Yours, Boy Destroy. Hello, good morning.
Hi, thanks for having me.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for being here. How are you today?
I'm quite well. For me, the day's only been 5 minutes long so far, so it's a good day, you know. That's
very fair. Where are you joining us from this morning?
I'm joining you from Gothenburg, Sweden.
Beautiful.
Cold north.
What's it like there at the moment? What is the weather like?
You know what? Right now it's actually pretty good. I'm looking outside here. It's been really mixed lately. You know, it's been super cold and then a spring day the next day. But right now it's pretty good.
Congratulations on the Warpaint EP, which is out today worldwide. How does it feel to finally have it out in the world?
Thank you so much. And but it's a pretty strange thing because it's such a personal collection of songs, and it's really dear to me and really like a very revealing collection of stories. But it feels really good to put it out there, and I've been working on it for a long time, and I'm very proud of it. So I'm happy it's out.
It is an extremely personal piece of work, and it does seem like it's very very honest and very candid almost for yourself.
Yeah.
I guess without going too far into it, for yourself, how do you find sitting down and writing songs that are so personal and candid and that kind of leave yourself bare almost?
Well, I think for me at least, when it comes to songwriting and stuff like that, it's constantly about just keeping myself interested in it, and kind of and to do that, I think I have to be that real about it. It's like my subconscious has this bullshit filter that my cognitive brain doesn't, or something, you know. So that's the only way for me to actually just do it, kind of. To be super real about it, because then it feels a certain way, and then I continue doing it. You know.
When you started out, was it always something that you kind of found that you were honest from the get-go, or was it, I guess, a practice that you almost kind of had to learn and adjust as you went on with writing?
I'd say it's definitely a practice. I think a lot of writers would relate to me saying this, but it is scary, and you kind of always have to like push that, just push yourself to be true to it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a practice.
Have you found that, I know some of the subject material talks about people that have kind of, I guess, had an opinion one way or the other on choices of your own, and it can be quite a revealing thing to be writing songs about that. Have you found that there's been any feedback, or you've heard back from anyone that you've written about, maybe not directly, but that anyone's kind of gone, is that about us, or is that about?
Yeah. Well, kind of. I mean, I have had people reach out and say like how happy they are about this new endeavor I'm on in life from all these other previous endeavors. When earlier, when I was like abusing alcohol and drugs and stuff, it was kind of like doing the same thing over and over again, you know. So this new thing is kind of a relief for everybody in my life and around it. But yeah, I have had one person reach out and ask if the song was about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to go push any further. We won't dox or out anyone. For yourself, as you said, and I know, and if you're okay with talking about it, lovely. If not, please let me know, and we can change the subject.
Yeah.
The EP does talk about and does kind of grapple with things like addiction and abusing alcohol and drugs, and then kind of coming back from that as well, and dealing. Especially the single "You Only Like Me When I'm Sober," which is obviously the other end of that spectrum. Yeah. For yourself, what was the point that kind of made you decide to turn this into music and I guess take a step back from doing extracurricular activities like that?
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting question, I think, for me at least. Because I don't think it was one thing. It was like the accumulation of things, you know. It was like free falling from an airplane and hitting your head like 300 times on the way down. It's like, which one of those blows made me pull the parachute or something? That's a long metaphor, you know, but I don't really know, you know. It was a lot of horrible experiences, and waking up in a hospital, and I still got this, you know.
Oh yeah.
Broke my face on the sidewalk, you know, and stuff like that. But I think it was. Yeah, for me, I just came to a point where I think I've always wanted to do music. You know, yeah. I've always been very driven. I've always it's been this dual thing within. You know, I've wanted to like waste my life fully and do something with my life, and those are pretty hard to combine. So then I guess after a while, I felt like I'd given this wasting my life thing quite a lot. Quite a few years, you know. So it was time to try something else, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you was music something that was brought up in your household a lot? Like, did your parents play music?
Yeah. But my dad's a musician. So I not a professional musician, you know, but he's a good guitar player, and he's always played music. And my older brother, he is also a musician, playing music. So yes, it's always been. I've always had music at home, you know.
Is it something that I guess with having a few musical people in the family, are they kind of stoked or like excited of the fact that you've now been able to do this on such a, well, like it is going global. We'll get to that in a minute, but that you're actually able to take this music to the world?
Yeah, I think so. It was a very powerful moment when I showed the video "First Time Goes By" to my parents. We were sitting in their living room, and my mother just started crying. And it was really.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This season, Instacart has your back to school. As in, they've got your back to school lunch favorites like snack packs and fresh fruit. And they've got your back to school supplies like backpacks, binders, and pencils. And they've got your back when your kid casually tells you they have a huge school project due tomorrow. Let's face it, we were all that kid. So first, call your parents to say I'm sorry, and then download the Instacart app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes all school year long. Get a $0 delivery fee with your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 an order. Additional terms apply.
That was very powerful for me. She's cried over me quite a few times, I think, in my life. But this was something. These tears were of a different kind, maybe.
Yeah.
So that felt good.
That actually gave me a little bit of goosebumps. I can only imagine that was, those tears would have been just happy to see you following your art, your dream.
Yeah.
Just as I mentioned, there has been a bit of praise from around the world. I know that the BBC have shown you a bit of love. I think Apple Music as well have I think they named you an MVP on something. Yeah. What's it like having that kind of international attention already? And because this is only the debut EP, what's that been like? Kind of grappling with that.
It's really crazy because it's for me. I had bands growing up. I was like an indie musician. I played guitar and stuff, and back then, playing in a band and making music, it was like 50% of the time was designated to like playing live, and practicing to play live, and the other half was for all this other stuff, writing songs and stuff. But since Boy Destroy was released in the middle of the Corona thing, so all these things are amazing, with Apple Music and BBC and stuff. But at the same time, since I'm not like meeting that many people face to face, it's very special, because you see these things on a screen and they are fully amazing and hard to comprehend, and but it's still this weird thing,
almost like it's not a new normal, but it is like there's no going out and meeting fans or playing shows. Everything is through these 2 screens that we seem to be living in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you excited at the prospect of getting out there and playing shows and playing gigs?
Yeah, so excited. I'm looking forward to that very, very much. I miss that. I haven't like done a proper tour for since I was like 21 or something, with a very different project. So, but the Boy Destroy thing hasn't really been, been made into live units. But I really look forward to doing that and to meet people. I
imagine the live show is going to be quite incredible, quite dynamic. It's quite an interesting sound that the project does have. It's like a combination of trap, of pop, of emo, and it seems to all be balanced like quite well, because it's difficult sometimes to juggle those kind of different things. Where originally did the sound come from, I guess?
Well, that's I think one thing that's really interesting with the musical climate right now is that people aren't really pigeonholed into working within one genre or something, because as for myself, I'm an emo kid, I used to listen to lots of My Chemical Romance and all these Placebo, all these other kinds of bands, so I've always had that with me. But then I also love hip hop. I love, this kind of dark indie sound as well. So to be able to combine those things and to get to do that, within one project is really amazing, because it's just a collection of things that I like, basically, and the kind of songs that I like to write.
I think in 2021, it's almost kind of like that labels or genres the lines between them are being blurred. And I think that more people are finding that they do listen to, as you kind of said, people listen to various different genres these days. So you shouldn't have to be pigeonholed into one genre. Exactly. The imagery for the band, for the project is... it's like a little bit of goth. It's a little bit of there's a bit of old school or traditional Renaissance kind of flair to it as well. Yeah. What was the inspiration behind this kind of aesthetic for the project?
Well, again, I enjoy the kind of schizo crazy imagery that I've been working with on Boy Destroy, because. It's kind of like this whole. It goes back almost to the name of the project, Boy Destroy. The sense of this traditional and innocent kind of thing combined with this destructive and more modern force, So I think all the imagery and stuff. It's just like me spitballing together with people that I'm creative with, trying to. I've always been very fascinated by all these other old stories, and to be able to tell one story while telling another story, that concept is just really fascinating, I think. Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. There is a track on the EP called. I'm having a bit of a blank moment, and I apologize. It's is it Fearless? Favorite. Sorry, I knew it started with an F. That one is a little bit quieter. It's a little bit more storyteller, in a way. Could we expect possibly a little bit more of a almost like not a singer-songwriter, but a more quieter a record from Boy Destroy at some point?
Absolutely, yeah. I've got a lot of, I got so much good music lined up. So I really, you can. I don't really know what more to say, but I've got. You definitely can. Yeah.
That's very exciting. We won't push any further for that. Yeah. We also usually on our podcast, on our show, we'll talk about, I guess, a combination of what you're listening to. Was there something that you're listening to at the moment that you kind of love, but two, any record or anything that got you through lockdown or the last year?
Yeah. So one I'm listening to at the moment. So that's two records. One, yeah. I really love Lil Cobain. It's a song called Monday Magic that I listen to a lot. It's got this very wonky beat. It's really beautiful, I think. one record that got me through lockdown. I've been listening a bit to Grace by Jeff Buckley lately.
Fantastic.
It's one of those records that I listen to. I've listened so much in my life, So, but I've gone back to that and just marveled at how fucking good it is. Still after 300 listens, it still holds up and tells new stories. So, yeah,
it is. It's a fantastic album. Is there any track in particular of that record that you love?
All of them, but I mean, Dream Brothers, really beautiful, Lover, You Should Have Come Over. I've listened to that song.
Fantastic
probably
song.
More than any other song in my life, probably. So.
It's it is a very incredible record. With using Jeff Buckley as a reference, could we see also with the live show possibly, again, I imagine with the sound of Boy Destroy, it is quite large, it is quite loud and not boisterous, but it's out there. Can we expect maybe some more similar to a singer-songwriter kind of record? Can we expect some quieter moments live and where it's just you and a guitar or you and a piano?
Yeah, I think that's a nice question. I've gone in those. I thought about that earlier. I think that's really cool when you can work within a live show to do that. That you don't bring like you don't set the bar at like 10 energy level and then you kind of stay there. That you actually let it be like a dynamic, vulnerable, and as a device for storytelling more than as a device for hyping your ego or something. So yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah.
Could we obviously borders everywhere are closed at the moment, but when they are kind of lifted in maybe 6 to 12 months' time, can we expect to see some shows in Australia?
Yeah, I'm signed to a label there, so I fucking hope so. I really hope so. I've always wanted to go, so I need some sunshine,
Well, hopefully they're still doing their job and they do bring you out here soon. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Boy Destroy. I do appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hopefully we will see you on our shores soon, and congrats again on the EP.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's our show. Thank you again to Boy Destroy. His EP, Warpaint, is out now worldwide. We've included links in the show notes to the EP and to his YouTube channel as well. We also want to give a quick shout out to Rhiannon at Positive Feedback for helping out with today's interview. You can also find a link to our Spotify playlist in the show notes, where you'll be able to listen to all of our guests' picks. If you like this show, please subscribe wherever you get your pods and stay up to date when new episodes are released. We release new shows each Thursday and Friday morning, with guest playlists streaming on Spotify at the same time. You can follow the playlist profile on Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Until next week, cheers.